経済学部の天慶さん、お願いいたします。
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Alice Tianhui Fan, come from the Graduate School of Economics, Kyushu University. Today, I'm gonna give the result briefing for the industry about the policy-driven compact cities, a literature review on the effect of compact city on carbon emissions. My topic is about the impact of compact city on carbon emissions as a typical urban form characterized by high density. Compact cities are a new trend of urban design and construction and has adopted by a lot of cities, both in developed and developing countries. And as cities plays an important role in the carbon emission, stand for about over 17% of total global emissions. What is the relationships between compact city construction and carbon emissions? This is my topic. And theoretically, compact cities strategy is friendly in reducing carbon emissions, as it characterized by highly density. It can reduce energy consumption by introducing public transportation and mega constructions, which is really friendly and good in saving energy. However, there's still not a specific detailed review on how various characteristics of compact urban form has an impact on urban environment. And this study has two parts. One is a focused literature search and review using targeted keywords. 84 identified academic papers were reviewed using an integrative review method in order to uncover both theoretical and empirical insights. And also we do an analysis on the policies given by international precedents. Case studies have been done by typical compact cities like Toyama, Vancouver. Toyama has started its compact city strategy since 2003, and Vancouver has also adopted compact city strategy since 2011, and it also has released public transport strategy, highlight a carbon-free goal in creating future transport. We also looked at Melbourne in Australia and London in Britain. We sort their strategies and key policies in constructing carbon-free society and compact city form. We found the result that we found a classification of cities adopting compact city policy. There are two types of compact city who has adopted these kind of strategies. First is cities like Toyama, which has low urban growth. It has an aging society with low population and decreasing population. For those kind of city to become compact, actually doesn't mean more people, it means smaller urban area. So for these kind of cities, when emphasize on public transportation, they usually adopt low cost public transportation. Metros are not one of their options because it has too many financial burden. So they would try more on light rail and buses. And for this kind of aging society, prosper in urban center is really important in their strategy because they have to attract people to move from suburbs to the city center, and also relocate residential area, which it's spread all over the city, is also important, and they have to relocate all the infrastructures to transportation area. But type B are different. They are mega cities like London and Vancouver. They have to deal with soaring population. For these kind of cities, compact doesn't mean smaller area. They mean more people in the boundary. So for these highly urban growing mega cities, high capacity of transport to increase accessibility is really important. For them, the capacity is really important because they have to increase their efficiency in commuting. And also open space and green area in urban centers is important. They don't have to attract people to come together. Everyone is soaring into the city center. But the green space is important because there are research showing that if you have access to garden or local parks, it will decrease the average flight time for leisure traveling because this is kind of a compensation theory. So, and also sufficient and affordable accommodation in city center is really important. Cities like Shenzhen in China, they have already released policies like no villas are allowed to construct it in the city center to create more accommodation. So these strategies taken from different types of capacities vary in achieving sustainable development, and their pathways towards reduction in carbon emissions draws attention, and this will be the future focus for my next research. Thank you very much.
それでは、ご質問があれば、挙手機能を使ってお知らせください。いかがでしょうか。そうですね、ちょっと手が上がってこないようですかね。そうですね、ハンさんとお話ししたことあるんですけど、福岡市もコンパクトシティなんですね。コンパクトシティの定義って何ですかって私聞いたんですけども、それコンパクトシティの政策に手を挙げているところがコンパクトシティということで、福岡もそれに値するということで聞いております。またこれからいろんな報告がされていくと思いますので、ぜひ応援してくださればと思います。
Thank you for listening. This is the end of my presentation.
はい。